Well, hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to the channel for our first look at a brand new city builder by the name of HistoriCity, Florence. Actually, a rare gem to be able to see a game quite like this, as it delves us into the Renaissance era, starting around like 1300 forward. Mostly, we always see city builders that are in the medieval times, but this one, just like Anno 1404, is taking place right in the heart of the Renaissance, allowing us to build beautiful cities and gorgeous monuments. Very historical figures such as Michelangelo showing up in this game, and also many historical monuments that were built around this time period as well. Now, good news for you, this game does have a free demo, and that's what we'll be taking a look at here today, as it'll be releasing sometime in Q3 2024. We'll see, maybe it'll get delayed, but of course with it being a smaller dev team, that gives them plenty of time to make a real perfect game and take tons of feedback from all of us. So, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you love yourself some city builders, we play plenty here, so don't forget to turn on that notification bell and smash that like button too, so more people can find this video and to let YouTube know you love city builders, and so you can see a lot more. Alright, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into a new game of HistoriCity Florence. Let's go! First look at the actual gameplay for it. Take a look at this, a beautiful map to build in, although remember this could be constricted for the demo in both its size and also, well, the same map each and every time. Hopefully we get some rivers and some gorgeous lakes in the future, and or some seaside action, but I do love the differences in the landscape, a little more drier near like stone deposits, and then also lush areas too for farming. Very nice. Alright, we can Q and E to rotate. Very cool. We also have some wonderful buildings here, so you get a feel for the art style, which I love. This does remind me a little bit of like The Wandering Village, or maybe even Synergy a little bit. We now have some new mission objectives, so let's take a look here to build a rural house and start with a logging site. Well, there's some good trees there and there to start with for logging, and maybe some good area down here for farming, maybe some area to gather, maybe you know, like do some berry picking or something. We'll see. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started by laying out some roads. Now, I'm going to use this eyedropper tool, as I haven't yet seen a road button, but we're going to go ahead and build a little road up here. Roads? Where we're going to need some roads. So let's get started with our logging site. That'll help us to build some more of those rural homes. So let's get one of those down up here. And let's go ahead and assign our workers then. Very interesting how workers work in this game. We can't click on the building or any other area to assign jobs other than here, which then allows us to click on the building to then assign or unassign workers that way. We'll have these two jump over here to the wood pile, where they're going to then carry the wood to the construction site at the logging site, and then they'll go ahead and start cutting that down as soon as we assign them. There's also food here, so as you can imagine, that looks like a bunch of wheat, and we'll be growing a lot more of that in the future. I do love the music. I like the chirping birds in the background, and this really looks clean. I really can't wait to build more cities of the Renaissance era in a game like this, and really it makes me want to go, especially with the Anno 11.7 announcement, back to Anno 1404 to play that again. If you know of any other Renaissance city builders, please do let me know down below. I'm sure there are a few that I haven't heard of yet, and other than the game I just mentioned, Anno 1404, and of course this, HistoriCity Florence, well, I don't know of any others really off the top of my head. Looks like in order to build roads, we also need to supply wood, so probably a good idea to just build very limited roads. It does increase movement speed by 1.25%, so Obviously, there'll be other road types too in the future, like maybe gravel or stone, that will increase the movement speed even further. Good idea to do that. Over on the right side too, we actually see like a seasonal transition. So we have ourselves going into autumn, and then of course we have I guess next winter to survive, and then we'll have spring and summer around the corner too. Not sure how it'll affect us, but at the bottom here we do see that there's attractiveness rating, and I thought that was a plus sign, which brings into my mind health, which means we do have to survive the Black Plague in this game. There are other threats to our existence other than just, you know, starvation and dehydration, but also the Black Plague too, which of course is not going to be very fun for us to deal with. We have a housing rating, economy rating, happiness, immigration, population, and then unemployment, and then vacancy. So we need to build some more houses there as soon as we're done, and it looks like they're just about done with that logging site. We also have treasury and mortality, so how many people have been dying, and there will always be deaths, natural deaths in our city, but we want to make sure we keep deaths from Black Plague and or other outbreaks to a minimum. Let's go ahead and build another house here. That'll be our next goal, and then our workers will work on that. All right, any other people unemployed? I think that's it for, yeah. For now, we've got 2 people in the city. Oh, it looks like a third is moved in. They must be off the map somewhere. I don't see them quite yet, but looks like a third is moving in, and we'll be building our new house now. And we'll be hiring some people to do logging, as we're kind of out of logs now, too. Although that looks like they've successfully delivered the logs to the construction site, so now they're starting to build. Very cool. Oh yeah, we can even change perspectives, too. So this game allows us to do quite a bit in terms of camera rotation. Now, is there a worker around? I don't see them quite yet. Can't add them to the listing just yet, so they must be on their way. I think they spawn from the edge of the map and then walk to the city, so might be a good idea to connect over to where we saw a little pathway here, perhaps, but that's going to be a lot of material to connect over there, wood-wise. And actually, the map is not completely flat. It does look like there is some sloping here, so kind of cool that we can actually build on a rather flat map. But you can definitely tell there's some rolling hills. So a nice, vibrant landscape for us to look at. Pretty. Now, apparently we're into winter. At least it looks like it. Unless that's a day-night cycle. But I could imagine with the little leaves and blooming flowers coming up next, that that's going to be spring for us. Spring will soon have sprung. That's going to be pretty. Let's go ahead and get a few people then working on the actual logging site instead. We'll gather some materials and wait for that third person to arrive. And then we'll go ahead and assign them to logging if we can. Alright, construction, because we have people logging. Let's see. Anything else out there? Resource-wise, we see a lot of stone. We see different tree types, but it'll still more than likely provide just wood for us. And, I don't see any animals roaming around, no water. But still a nice flat area to build a big city. That's good. Alright, our people are getting to work at logging. Spring has sprung. Game speed increase, yes indeed. Maybe there's a child in there that's growing up. It could be a mother and a father and then a child that will soon become an adult. And when they do, maybe we'll see them outside the house and we'll see that there is an unemployment of 1. This does say number of citizens living in your city, including vagrants. So that is something we'll have to deal with in the future too. Chop chop with those logs. Very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and assign 1 person to logging and 1 person to construction. We've gathered up a bit of logs now to hopefully finish the construction of that house to where we can see it needs, wow, a whopping 12 wood to be able to build that house. So definitely going to need a lot of wood. And wow, they can carry multiple logs at a time. Oh, and it looked like I just saw somebody there. Oh, nice. Somebody's actually going out of the house. Oh. Okay. So it must be a teenager growing up or something. They got hungry. Only time you see them is when they're hungry, right? Well, regardless, the other home construction is now beginning, and we should have more people coming into the city. A little slow on the start on this one, but that's totally fine because I don't expect to build a massive city in a few years. It should take a few 100 years. And of course, there are beautiful things to build like churches and large public squares and like a what would you call it? Like a rathaus, but like a city hall essentially, and some other beautiful monuments and temples and shrines and gorgeous public works projects that are going to look really nice, including wonderful squares for marketing. And that'll be cool. Looks like we've unlocked a simple barn and a wheat field, so we can complete that mission. Oh, we were just rewarded with a bunch more construction equipment. Ah, very nice. All right, let's slow down time then. So this will be where they artificially speed up time by giving us stuff for free. That's good, though. That's good. We'll need a well. There we are. And we'll need to do some farming, too. So let's not build it too far away. But I think maybe up here. Looks like a long distance, but I think we do need to worry about this here, which is desirability. People won't want to live next to the farm, and so the more red that gets, the less the desirability is. So for future expansion in the city, let's just put it down here for now, and we won't let it go too far. And we'll let our workers build a road down that way. And let's prioritize the well, so people can actually get some water. And it looks like more people move in. And all right, things are speeding up now. Let's also place down some wheat fields directly around the barn. That's our next goal. And people are snapping right into work to build that well, which is only a 3. It takes only 3 to build the well. Very good. Back to speed 2. Another year is passing. So, yeah, very quickly time is passing. We've only been able to build a house and a logging camp at that time and cut down some trees, which does seem to make sense. A lot of work for 2 people to do alone. So it does make sense that only 2 people will be able to do that. So you're very much starting like a colony. This is considered to be a colony sim and a city builder and a very colorful game too, which I can only imagine how gorgeous it'll look when we go from these little hovels to beautiful big buildings with white walls and orange roofs and everything looking real clean as best as it can be. I'm looking forward to that. Nice to see the sun moving around, transitions of the shadows. Very cool. And how many unemployed do we have still? 0. But we do have home vacancy for 2, and here comes another one. Very nice. Love hearing the construction sounds. Lots of wood's going to be needed here. Lots of wood. Almost looks like a bundle of firewood tied up. Maybe that will be something to consider in the future for cooking or for warmth, perhaps. Keeping everybody a little more healthy in those cold nights. Yeah, the inventory of water is 2 out of 4. Wooden wells provide water which is consumed by citizens and refills slowly over time. Oh, and sheep. Oh, I believe the sheep consume more water than the humans do. So we'll have to make sure we've got enough for a supply. I think maybe it'll replenish slowly over time. It does look like it went to 2 to 3 just over the course of a little bit. So we'll have to build a few of those then to make sure we keep everything flowing. Go ahead and add another person to construction. And let's now prioritize the farm. And they can get to work on the road later. Looks like another person coming in. Okay, we've got things speeding up quickly. Looks like they were grabbing some food, moving in. So 3 out of 3 on that house, 3 out of 3 here, and 0 out of 3 there. Good. We'll have room for almost 6 more people to move in, and or people to move out if they become of age, if that's how it works. I'm just speculating. Why this person is, basically stopping work because they were full in their inventory. But we do need to continuously cut wood. They got to go a long way. Wow, the construction of the farm takes 20 for the barn. That's crazy. When it is complete, it'll become a simple barn. Very nice. Back to the well. And back to their home. Very nice. I wonder if it says anything about this area here. Are there connections to the north? Or the west or the south? It does appear that we only have one connection to what we'll call the east for now. Very nice. And it does look like we're out of food, too. So we'll need to make sure we finish that barn shortly. But we're good. We're almost halfway on the materials and which are needed. We've got another person unemployed, which is good because now we can assign them to starting to cut wood. Always in these games, you want a little bit of unemployment. Anytime you build a new building, a little bit of unemployment will let you hire somebody immediately to work there. I'm not sure what's going on here. That person seems to be not doing what they should. Let's go ahead and see if we can hire somebody else. There we go. All right, they were trapped there. Unassigning and reassigning them got them out of that little loop. So that's good. Otherwise, that would have probably hurt us a little bit in construction. Okay. 5 more logs to go. And 2 people working there. Very nice. Now this will be cleared out shortly, so we'll have to go build up there. Another person moving in. Definitely they're coming from over there. We could increase their movement speed by building that road, but again, that's what, one log per section, so that could be like another maybe 25 or 30 to get over that away. Alright, let's see what's happening now. Well, things are going well. Logs are getting delivered and then immediately going to a construction site, so that's good. And I hope this is the last delivery. I think they're carrying more than one at a time, perhaps 3. Let's see what happens here with this next delivery. We have 17 out of 20. We have 19 now. But that could have just been because that's all that was there at the logging site, so we'll see. That barn is really taking a crazy amount of materials. That's a lot. Okay. Looks like there's just inventory of water there. We're eventually going to need to feed people, so these unemployed will have to wait until this barn is done. It's almost complete, so I'll let them work on that. And then maybe I'll even build another logging camp. Honestly, I think we should probably get more wood as quickly as possible. Now, I wonder if construction workers will have to build the farm fields, or if the barn will have to do that. It does appear to be a construction site that does need 2 logs. So we'll wait until this construction is complete here. And I guess we'll add one more person to assist. So perhaps they can build this logging camp, and then we can get them working on other stuff. Looks like there is a hunger need here. Home does not have enough food for its inhabitants. People eat 3 food items per year, one of which can be a luxury item. Oh. Hey, there we go. Now we got the farm ready. Go ahead and prioritize the fields, though. Let's see if we can get farming going. Now, if we have any deaths, it'll show up down here. And since this is our first time playing, we'll just kind of be using this to iron out any of the kinks in our plan to build a big, beautiful city. We'll see how it goes. Let's assign a farmer at least. And we did tell the workers to prioritize the construction side of the fields. But maybe a farmer will have to do that instead. I don't see the construction workers working on the roads yet. Does seem there is some sort of construction going on. There we go. And we'll do the next here. But getting that road complete will be good to get to and from the farm. And we will soon have more workers shortly. More people moving in. Go ahead and assign somebody to the other new logging camp. Is that complete? No, they'll need to complete that. I don't want to get somebody on farming right away. Let's see if... oh, good. Mission complete. Oh, we get some wood from that. Good. Wanted to see if that's a construction worker that will build those fields, and it does seem to be the case. This building still looks like it's under construction. Look at how rickety that looks. We can store things here. It looks like meat and berries, maybe vegetables and wheat. And that home is going to need food soon. I think we may have somebody perish before then, but we'll see. Employee no longer has work sites in range. Really? Oh, we'll need to... oh, that's all they can do for logging. That's a very short range. All right, let's slow down time. That still could be useful, though. Construction workers can come over and pick up those logs. It doesn't look like I can get that done yet either. Roads are still being built. Now, let's go ahead and delete some things. Oh, there's logs sitting there still. That's nice. So they can come and pick that up later. Okay, this logging site should be able to cut down the rest of the trees here. And let's go ahead and prioritize construction of that. The road can wait. And the farmers are doing their thing. 2 out of 4 working there. I think 2 is enough. 1 for each field. And they do seem to be tending to the crops. Very nice. Unemployment at 2. Building going on at the logging camp. And unassigned at 2. Yeah, that's nice that it tells us at the top. Okay, we needed to build 4 rural homes, so we're ahead on that. And we need to stockpile 12 wheat. And there's our first death. So what happens when we experience that? Number of people who've died in the city. They'll eat 3 items per year and drink 1 water per year. Okay. Interesting. I'm not sure if we'll have to do any sort of burying of bodies to prevent disease, but you'd imagine with the Black Plague on the way, it's something that we're going to have to really prepare for, even though we know it's coming. These people didn't at the time or didn't even know what it was, but we'll have to see if we can get some plague doctors out or do some weird, crazy stuff to accommodate for that. So we welcome death. I think we have 2 now, unfortunately. But I still think even if the farm was completed right away, it would take a little while to complete the growing of those crops for sure. Get a person unassigned from the logging camp or the construction camp and see if we can bring them down to the farm. Logging camp getting a lot of wood now. Gathering up a ton of that. And might soon be full. Construction workers finishing up the road. Very nice. A little bit more to go, but almost done. I think we could add a few more farm plots. Looks like we can build them all around the farm. Probably a good idea to make sure we never run out of that again. So now we'll lean heavily into solving that issue. Get rid of 2 workers, add 2 to the construction. Now, of course, when people die, more people will move in. So it's not the end of the world. Luckily, immigration is pretty constant in this game. As we're in a game like Farthest Frontier, it's kind of in big waves, and it's always randomized no matter how well you're doing. So you're always constricted by that. But I'm sure that there's going to have to be something here in terms of, because time moves so quickly, child rearing will be quite a thing, I think. Ensuring survival, good. We've unlocked more stuff. Manually upgrade a structure. We'll have to figure out how to do that. And then we'll also have to grow the population to 20. So we'll have to build some more homes here shortly. Oh, there's our objectives there. Looks like we might be able to upgrade. Oh yeah, okay, so now we can build roads. So they probably wanted us to hold off on building roads for the time being, but clearly we don't want the farm to be too close to the homes at all. And it doesn't look like there's any issue to fertility in this game, although areas certainly do look more fertile than others. But I think we could have gotten away with building the wheat farm here next to the stone mine or the quarry area as much as we could have liked this lush area with bushes and such. Very nice. Alright, now we got to figure out how to upgrade and also get people fed. Let's also continue to build more homes and build more roads. Maybe we'll do a 3x2 here and build another neighborhood behind that. And let's take a look at employment. I think we'll go with 2. Good. Alright, so now we got more people growing food. We got more people... Oh, and some of these trees are growing back too. Oh, okay. So knowing that, that means we could probably cut into a forest, build the new logging camp in the middle of it, let it all regrow, and then turn it back on again, and then alternate between the 2, or maybe even 3 or 4 forestry areas. So that could be a good tactic to continuously have trees coming in. Doesn't seem at all long for trees to start sprouting again, but might take a little while for those buildings to, or the buildings to be ready to be activated because the trees will need to mature. It'll take a little bit of time. Okay. All right, back to task at hand then. Let's go ahead and figure out how to upgrade. And I'm just trying to see if we got any new stuff. We do have a mine here as well. That'll allow us to build new structures. And that is... only placeable here on this stone. Oh, right there. Okay. So we can only build it right there in that little corner. We'll plop that down too. If we're going to upgrade stuff, it's probably going to need stone to do so. And I don't see anything else that we've unlocked that way. Alright, deaths went from 1 to 6. Not great, but we are growing a ton more food now, so hopefully that's a permanent fix to that problem. Good work, folks. These weren't necessarily easy times, they were just better times, as in slightly less worse. There you go. Or maybe worse in certain areas. Now it looks like it is spring, but yet the crops look like they're ready for harvest. So, and it looks like there is some sort of fertility here, or that may be the progress in terms of the crop being grown. We're at 76% here. 8, 9, 80. Okay. So every time a worker tends to the field, it more than likely increases. Let's add another person to that farm. And let's not let our people starve ever again. Or at least we're going to have to go with this farm and have ample food for a little while. It did actually change our objectives. We did grow 20 food, so it looks like we'll need 1 per person per year. But stockpiling is good. And it does seem that this is the town square. So it says vagrants cannot be assigned workers but still consume your city's food and occasionally steal money from tax offices. So we will have crime. Vagrants will basically eat our food and steal money from the tax office. Why not buy a house at least? Alright, now we really got to get that population up. Now we're going to build some more homes on this backside. Nice to see construction going on. Oh, and look at all that farm field goodness. Look at that. They're putting all the wheat into storage. Beautiful. Good job, everybody. Well, we solved that problem. I love when city builders are a little bit challenging, too, in that we do experience deaths. It may always be like a frustrating thing, but honestly, some of the best city builders you remember, oftentimes you had tons of death. Like, for example, well, of course, Frostpunk. And Frostpunk's a great example of a city builder where everything was just difficult and every decision was really challenging. And a little less so in, like, for example, City Skylines. That's kind of more like you're building a beautiful city that you want to see flow and function and generate tax dollars. But this is certainly much more of a survival city builder, as we have to worry about all the materials. And then there's other games that aren't as much survival, arguably, like Tropico or Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, where, well, actually, that is quite survival, but where it's, again, equal resources and equal money, maybe like Anno as well, but yet you still want to keep everybody alive, because that is a good thing. All right. Road construction's going on next. House construction's going on. More logging going on, too. More farming going on. We harvested all that food. Oh, look at this. Wheat fields 100%, vineyards, olive groves, and pastures. Ah, those are the other things that the simple barn can take. Barns also prevent crops from spoiling, as any crops that remain at the farm at the end of their harvest season are lost. Oh, so that could have just been destroyed. Farmers will work any crops that are in season and tend to pastures as needed. And we could also upgrade that too, as they mentioned. So we could get the advanced barn for 25, which will be something we could do there. We can also upgrade the well for 4 stone. And we could also upgrade the logging camp. It says it can cut from a larger surrounding area. So we can upgrade the logging camp to cut even more trees. So we could probably put a logging camp down here. We could probably put 1 and 2 there. And then upgrade that and then turn those on and off as needed. I think the barn would be the thing we really want to upgrade first. And we have lots of food in storage, but I'm not seeing anybody really getting food now. I don't think there's much more we can do in that regard. We've led a horse to water, but we're now waiting for them to drink. I mean, look at the amount of food in there. Does it actually show a fullness here? Spring, fall, winter. I think that's when we're actually doing our harvests. Okay, well, logs are coming in still. We've got 2 people unemployed. Let's assign another person to cut logs and to build. We still do have roads and a home to build, so that would be worth our time. Go ahead and build another logging site. And we could build it further into this forest here, but I think we do want to clear some of these trees out as well to be able to build our city larger and keep some of the forests on the outside alive. There we go. We'll build something like that. Nice to see. Things are growing well. More people coming in. Good. Well, I'm seeing those food issues disappear. I'm not seeing any sort of... Oh, yeah. Some of the food has disappeared from the barn, and I'm not seeing any more flags for that, so that's good. So I think we've got that Resolve for the time being. We're at 13 out of 20 population. Good. And I want just more and more people. We'll build 3 more houses there. There's also a new tab here. Small plaza. And that increases desirability. We also have a bakery, so we'll be able to get more food from that. But that probably means we need a mill of some sort. There's a pasture too, so we can get more animals. That's nice. Looks like we can get sheep, as we mentioned before, so mutton from that. And possibly wool too. But I think the bakery would be a good call then. We should maybe build that near the farm. But give the farm a little bit of room to grow, especially if we upgrade it. Okay, not seeing food being a problem again. I'll keep an unemployed person for the bakery. And hopefully that means we'll have less food consumption because the baker can then make more food from the wheat. And they won't directly just be eating on grains. They'll be eating bread. This is really nice. I like the fact in this game that we can set up like a large blueprint, essentially, and then slowly watch the workers do it. So long as you have a flow of materials like we do now with all these different resources coming in, mostly logs, then you can see the logs go straight from the from the forest to the waiting area, and then construction workers come over, grab that, and bring it right to the construction site. Which building roads in a game like this is really good for urban planning. Obviously, we want to make sure everybody moves faster. So that 1.25, it's a long wait for a road to be constructed. But man, getting everything done in terms of it being transported faster is a good thing. Plus, we can upgrade roads too. And it says that the stone road there, +2 wood, +2 stone. That's expensive. So that would be good inside the actual city itself, especially with people moving between other structures we could put there, like wells, and maybe we could put food storage and things inside the city so people can get more done during their day. Oh, look at that walking kitty corner. Sir, I built a road here. Oh, AI. I tell you. It's probably actually faster for him to walk that way. That's why he's doing it. Okay, I think we'll have 2 unemployed now. Perfect. They'll be ready to work at that brand new bakery. Oh, we need stone for that, so let's go ahead and put people to work at the stone mine instead. 25 stone will be needed for that. Also ordered a upgrade for the barn, but I don't see a way to actually have that happen. I'm clicking the button. Maybe the mine? Doesn't look like the mine can be upgraded yet. Can hold 100 stone, though. We can upgrade the builder's tent for 20. But I think we should upgrade this building. Let's go ahead and prioritize this logging camp, and then we'll upgrade that. Let's do that. And let's see if the well... Okay, so it looks like these wells can hold 4. It would be... Oh, it is nice to upgrade them. Yep, we could do that. Okay, perfect. So maybe a larger range and a more storage capacity. Maybe higher water generation, too. So larger retention, larger generation. Very nice. Love looking in that barn. It really looks like an old garage. It looks like somewhere where somebody's working on a motorcycle. Alright, let's upgrade that. There we go. So the upgrade cost is immediate. Alright. And we just generated a bunch of wheat for our people, so food will not be an issue for a little bit. We built a mine, and now we need to upgrade to stone well, and then build nice rural houses. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and take these people off that job there. Let's have them work down here. And we have 1 more unemployed. Let's put them in the mine. And that well should fill up shortly. We are supposed to upgrade these wells too. So the mines will help with that, as we have now 1 stone in storage. So it's got to be... Oh, it's going here to the bakery. Okay. So it'll be 25 on that. So upgrading is instant. You just need to know that you have the resources. That's interesting. A little bit more on the management side of food and water than I was expecting. Some games you build 1 well and that's good for a city of 10,000. Other games it's like, whoa, you need 1 every block. Okay, now we can upgrade the well, which we did. Perfect. And now we can upgrade to rural nice houses. Oh, which is done automatically. So we have ourselves, if our needs are met, we will upgrade type deal. Very nice. And now we can do vineyards and olive groves. And it looks like a market too. Very nice. Okay, and then we can do the same over here. Now the basic homes, yes, can hold one more person, and we probably should upgrade this well as well, because, yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Doubles the amount of water that can be held there, so that's definitely something to note for next time. Upgrade that first. Beautiful looking bakery, look at that. That is beautiful. Goal now to upgrade to luxurious rural homes, and it doesn't necessarily state what that needs to do it. I'm not sure if they want more entertainment or what, but now we've got vacancy for 8, so we can get all of our jobs maxed out, which is nice. So definitely want to take care of that food problem first and foremost. Double our speed. Okay, bakery maxed out. Baking progress, 1 out of 20, and 20 bread it can hold. Must be a 1-to-1. And it's probably something that's required to upgrade the homes, is a nicer quality of food. Go ahead and build another block here. And we do have vacancy for 7, but we will add more homes eventually. Ooh, look at that. Storage of 20 logs down there too. Go upgrade that barn. Yeah, look at that. That looks so nice. The upgraded buildings look fantastic. From ramshackle to, well, basically luxury. We could do our vineyards, wheat fields. Let's check these production chains. There's a basic market here. We got new things we could sell. We also have our winery and our oil press, but that requires these to have a vineyard and an olive grove. So we got to grow the crops first. So I guess we could do a little bit of that. So I would like to actually start with more wheat. I think we should definitely create a little bit more wheat. And that's cool. The bakery seems to snap into action and gather some of that from the fields too. The bakery coming over right away to gather that and not wasting any time. They didn't even wait for the farmers to store it. They just came and picked it up. That's nice. Alright, let's do a vineyard. Ooh, a little different on the vineyard. That does show desirability, but I don't think that reflects fertility at all. That's interesting that it shows that, because it doesn't with the wheat. But maybe it raises desirability. Maybe people don't mind living near olive groves and vineyards. Let's add some more vineyards here. Alright, we'll go with something like that. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, food is still an issue. So it's almost worth it to build another farm just to do wheat. Or to upgrade our barn again. Which if we get 30 wood and some more stone, we could definitely do. We got some unemployed, then let's gather wood. More deaths and such too. Very fine balance in this one. I like it. I thought we would be in the clear with bread. But no, we're always going to have to constantly be worrying about that. Which is rather neat. So, you know, I'm looking to worry a little bit more on our resources, which is a good thing because we need that for upgrades. But really, the farming and all that is really important. That's cool. The door's right there. How convenient. I wonder if the game actually detected that and moved the door there. If I think I just got lucky. Very nice. So let's plop down a marketplace then. Which is here. And we'll build a market there. Next to all the homes. Workers are working feverishly in those fields. And builders are too. Wow, 4 wood per olive grove. And a little bit for the vineyard too. Construction site doesn't tell you what's being built here though. Oh, it does, right here. Vineyard at the bottom. But it's not available at the top. They like vineyard construction site. But alright, I guess you just gotta look at the bottom. to see that we're building an olive garden, because when you're here, you're family. Very nice. Yeah, wow, resources are just being poured into that farm like crazy. Going from, I think, our last check at 8 or 9 deaths to 11 now. Yeah, food is going to be crazy. And now the farm can have up to 9 people working at it. Go ahead and unassign there. Stone mine having 18 stone. Next upgrade for the farm requiring 30 and 5. Bakery does not look like it could be upgraded. But I'm already tempted to build yet another barn. Yeah, I think this is a good setup. I think this is a good layout. We want a lot of workers, too, builders, to be able to transport all that wood quickly to the new farming sites. Typically, builders in a game is something that fluctuates, but here I could imagine us keeping it all the time as we're always working on food. And we can start with pastures, too. We'll probably have to upgrade the farm again. I think it may be a wise idea to do 1 farm per item. Like, for example, starting with the tier 1 farm, going with wheat, and then increasing that over and over again, and then building that next to your bakery. So now that we know how the bakery works, we could definitely just prepare in advance to have a bakery nearby the farm, and then they can immediately supply that, and then that'll go to the town. And it looks like the basic market is complete. Let's assign somebody there. Cool. Markets employ vendors to stock bread, mutton, wine, olive oil for easier pickup by heads of household. Ooh. That means they won't have to walk as far, so that might solve some of this food problem too. Somebody will be working full time to go back and forth to get food, and then they just go there. No more long trips, waiting. That's probably what's required for the luxurious. Ah, there you go. You see exactly what they need. Delivery of luxury resource, either wine or olive oil. That's what will be needed for that, for pursuit of luxury. We can then build our winery and olive press next to that. Now we can build our winery here. And our olive press as well. And they're back to work. There's no more room to store resources. Okay, we're full up on wood. And anybody else who's free, we can have them work there. Okay, let's have these folks work at the farm. We're going to max out the farm now. Low down on construction. Keep the stone mine going. And anybody else can be put into the marketplace for food gathering. That bakery just gobbles up all the wheat. We're going to need an insane amount of wheat. That's crazy how much we're going to need. Constant food supply issues. So yeah, that's a really cool thing on how it's going to emphasize trade in the future. I don't think we'll be able to supply ourselves with everything that we need. We'll have to maybe trade for it as well. Okay, what if we want to delete something? Okay, there you go. Just build a road there. And we could upgrade the stone roads too, back and forth from that farm. And look at that, people come rushing. They're taking more than what the bakery can get to produce. Well, look at this, 16.3. Well, the bakery's doing what it can. Build some more homes. Eventually we'll get it right and people will move in. Grow population up to 40. Very chill music, but more challenging than I was expecting. Get 3 people working there. Somebody to work at the, let's go down to 1. And we'll try to start producing wine. And that should help our houses to upgrade too. And then, hopefully we'll add 1 person more per home. We'll see. Redistribute the labor a little bit, and we'll put another person on the marketplace, hopefully getting more things produced and brought to market. There. Okay, so 2 at the winery, 2 at the bakery, and 2 at the olive press. So we're making oil there. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. You can see exactly how they do it. All the equipment. Ooh, yeah, look at all that wheat coming in. Very nice. Still not enough food, so in retrospect, upgrading that barn and going for 1 food type is key. A secret. Another person at the bakery. Baking bread as quickly as possible is a very important goal here. As well as upgrading the barn too. The next one would be the superior barn. So definitely going for sustainable food and then luxury at each different farm. Kind of a nice idea though, because it means you could make a winery farm like over here, and then attach a winery building to it, a vineyard and a winery together, like here, and then something about an olive grove there, and kind of keep those industries together, which is rather neat. It looks like mutton, bread, wine, and olive oil can all be stored there. Yeah, that's another thing too. We could do a whole livestock farm. Okay, it looks like things are coming around a little bit. To get more people working at the market. Or rather, let's get more people producing full on the bread and a little bit more on the wine. Ooh, and the houses are upgrading to the next tier. Luxurious rural home. There we go. Let's go. Up to 8 is what we need. Beautiful. We got it locked in. Let's go. Do another, simple barn. Something like that. And then we're just going to go straight up wheat there for the bakery. I want extra wheat for the bakery, and we're probably going to have to upgrade that too. But first we must build the building and then upgrade it several times, so very expensive upgrades. But totally worth it. Vacancy now up to 12. I don't think we can really support that number of people. But that's another thing too to consider, is that the game is never going to stop pushing with the immigrants, so you're always going to have to be providing more food at all times. We now have a granary, cobblestone road, and a large plaza, so even a faster road than before. We had a stone road and a cobblestone road, so even better. Now we've unlocked new things. That's cool. The granary. Extra storage for wheat, and then it also employs keepers. We may need that for the bakery. We're unemployed. Definitely putting them on the farm. Slow down time a little bit and add our wheat fields. How do I cancel? There we go. Let's actually cancel here. Build the wheat fields around the corner. Something like that'll do. Alright, now the construction workers have a lot to do. Building a road, building all the farm fields, and building the new barn. And hopefully that will provide the bakery with more than enough grain to have all year round. There is a time where we're not producing any sort of wheat. And that's when the bakery is going to pull from the granary. And we're about to get one more luxurious home. And we're about to grow our population to 60. That's going to take a while, but we've got it. Now, also, a luxurious food item does count as food, too. So if we're providing them with wine, that's another food source. And so the olive oil and the wine that we're producing is food just as much as the bread is. But I have a feeling the bread will last longer or give some sort of a longer... I don't know. Wine and olive oil should last longer than bread, but bread should be a much more plentiful thing, and there it is at 9. And we can also upgrade the market, too. Wow, everything has an upgrade in this game. Pretty much. Very nice. Oh, yeah, we need the builders to come over and start working on those farm fields. And we need a keeper there at the granary, so let's assign 1. And we'll assign another person to gather stone. There's where we can see our resources at the bottom, too. I did mention this before, that these were down here, with some of these on the left. But yes, wood, stone, wheat, olives, grapes, mutton. We have water totals, too, bread, wine, olive oil, and then statues, which we can build at the artist workshops. That'll be an important part of a complete breakfast as well. I said it. We got a few more roads to build, a few more things to upgrade. We'll need a lot more wood for our upgrades. So those trees are ready to go again. A little extra bonus extendo trees up there. But luckily the food problem for now, this time, is solved. TBD on the full solution. Hey, but look at that extra grain coming through, and this can store up to 400. So definitely meant to be a much, much larger and permanent food solution. And again, we can upgrade with 25. And boom, we're doing it. Love the immediate upgrade, though. There are still things to build afterwards, but it's nice that we get an instant upgrade. Do have to click each time for each field. But man, that tier 2 upgrade is huge. Like, we get so many more farm fields from that. It's really nice. And they're going to get that construction done right away. My population just needs to grow to 60. I think we just need to provide more food up here. So more wine and more olive oil. Just one more home needs to be supplied. It does look like we're having a well issue again, too. I'm not even going to risk that. I'm going to build those right away. Let's get people to work at the market. Make sure they're transporting things. Bakery's maxed out. Good. The bakery's got more than enough grain and maxed out on bread, which means we need more people from the market to come pick that stuff up. So now that's maxed out. We got granary getting up 24 out of 400. There'll only be more, so obviously another bakery will be in store shortly. And those new fields just finished, so they haven't had a chance to do their rotation. Here we have more people wanting to move in. Let's keep up on food production. What do we have for grapes? We have no grapes sitting around, so it's going to come down to more on the growing of grapes than the processing. So now I think we're going to have to do another farm. So lessons learned here. Definitely prioritize one farm per product. Start with one big grain farm and start working on bread. Build that nearby and prepare for a granary to be nearby too. And then prepare one farm for a winery and one farm for an olive press. And then have 3 in total for each of these products. You could probably get away with doing mixed, but honestly, I think 9 people working on just one product means that it's going to be a lush harvest. Got a lot more grapes coming in. Want to see if we can get that done. I'm pretty sure we're on the cusp of getting one more home upgraded. Some of these basic needs are almost met. Let's upgrade these wells. There we go. Locked in. So stock a complete Easter service and grow population to 60. Look at that. Easter service. Ah. So we could have a small, medium, or large Easter service, and that depends on how much wine and bread we supply. We'll try to go for that type. Okay, so once we reach 19 wine, we'll probably have that. So that's what we should focus on a little bit more. The wine is even more important than olive oil in this case, although I think olive oil might be consumed less, but will last longer, although we're at 0, so it's hard to tell. Okay, we'll need to upgrade our winemaking and then complete that goal and get our population up to 60, which we're very close. People just need to move in. We got housing for 2. But yeah, the things are now starting to get exponentially faster. Now it'll be more homes, more upgrades, more wells, and that same design of kind of doing it just like this to maximize the range of the market and keeping everything nice and tidy. So very cool. I like what I see so far. That is all the time we have today for HistoriCity Florence. I love what I see with the difficulty of balancing food and other types of products, and that means that probably healthcare and monument building and dealing with the Black Plague and other services that people need, including the Easter service, will be very difficult to manage, but yet should be fun to experience. I think I'm really excited to do more of this one. In the background, we see the City Hall on the left there, the kind of yellow building with the large tower. Then it seems to be a church tower, kind of a little closer to us there. And then over on the right side, some large, very beautiful monument, a chapel of some sort, perhaps. Anyway, yeah, cool to see. We're going to be playing this one a lot more in the future, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll probably be live streaming it because there's a lot of content when it comes to a city builder. So never be afraid to drop by the live streams and come say hello. And I'll see you all next time. Take care, everybody, and thank you very much for watching.